You are a yummy ham and cheese sandwich. I'm giving you another PulseChain update amongst many other things. The PulseChain core coins are green today, friends. If you notice as well, PUSDT, Atropa, PWBTC, the People's Bitcoin, PulseChain Bitcoin, they're all cranking as well. The core coins as well, they've started to move up today. It's actually okay. Nice to see a bounce. Incentive token, so the Incentive, I said it, Incentive token is up 16-17%. That's actually wonderful as well. It's a nice bounce back. The Incentive token, friends, the greenest logo in crypto. Okay, a very, very, very green logo. That's pretty much all its fundamentals as you have out here. Now, we need to see much, much, much higher prices. So things just moving up and down like in these little poopy zones, they ain't really doing much. That's all we're looking at. We're looking at this tiny little green candle here. Now, why do I have these rectangle boxes? Well, friends, this is, see, the corrupt SEC made PLS drop 66%. So if we got a positive ruling, maybe we go back 2.5x up to retrace it, and it would be around 1.3x day one sec. So that's hopefully what happens. It doesn't exactly work like that because like even XRP dropped 85%, I think, based off the SEC, and then it basically came back. So it depends on where you are on the cycle, but it's just something to think about. So these things, they're still pretty much at horrific low price, just like everything else, just like Chainlink, everything else pretty much in the game. Hopefully the 2017 double bubble Altseason is appearing, friends. All we have is us, ourselves, trusty lollipops, and the power of friendship. And I just want to give you some nice reminder news, friends. We need some Guile theme music though first. Donald Trump Jr. follows Richard Heart on X. I think people forgot that. It's actually interesting, yeah. I don't know if he's still following him. Probably, I'm sure he is. What would you unfollow, right? So these are like some bullish undertones because when you read the media, friends, corrupt Interpol, corrupt Soyboy Finland government, corrupt SEC, you see all this corruption like, is there the way, the truth, the life? Is there another side to this story? Yes, there is. Shout out to Mr. Durty Crypto for putting all these together. So Donald Trump Jr., Donald Trump's son, Donald Pump, we call him, is actually following Richard Heart on Twitter. Eric Trump, okay, very friends, Eric's account, his Twitter got hacked. And I think the guy actually hacked him. He actually DM'd me off look, this will happen to me. I'm serious. I got a DM from somebody, he had an anonymous Telegram account. He made it, and he messaged me about, when he did this around September, August, whatever it was of 2023, maybe October. And he said, Somi, thank you so much for what you do for the community. I was the one who, I actually got Eric, the Twitter account hacked. That's what he just messaged me. It was an anonymous account. He deleted the account. It was a Telegram message. And I was like, wow, thank you so much. I was manifesting something like that. It was kind of funny. But yeah, he says, Richard Heart is innocent and he will burn the SEC. That's 2023 stuff. So that's wild. You also have, friends, look at this, shared legal representation. So Queen Emmanuel, so Richard Heart, Elon Musk, and Donald Pump, all of them use Quinn Emanuel LLC, a top law firm known for high-profile cases. And remember, they reject more people than they accept because they don't want to tarnish their name. You also have Trump's team has spoken with PulseChain's main developer, Brett Epp. So Brett revealed that Trump's team has been in communication with a key PulseChain developer in the past. That's something to think about. There's also a shared stance on freedom of speech. Richard Heart, like Trump and Musk, have been vocal about preserving free speech, standing against censorship. There's also parallels in persecution. So when Trump was being accused and raided in his home, he faced widespread slander. Richard Heart also had the corrupt Interpol. I think it's an important point to tell everybody, friends, as we're catching everybody like Pokeballs with the power of friendship. So remember, they even put Julian Assange on the corrupt Interpol for Sweden. They said, oh, like he was a rapist. He went after this 18-year-old girl, whatever. No one believes this junk, dude. It's all a bunch of BS. We have this fat, lactating man boob, fat, moly, slimy, bug-eating scum. If you guys are eating bugs, why is all fat? So obviously you want people to eat bugs and you will eat the juicy meat. So the people have had enough of this. Interesting, that billionaire triangle as well. Trump, Musk, Hart. PulseX logos, of course, we always joke out here, friends, that it's a kind of joke, or really is it? The Twitter logo, X. Pretty much Elon Musk took it from Richard Heart. That's how much he likes him. Elon Musk worth $400 billion. That's something fascinating. Shout out to my friend Mr. Durty Crypto, Mr. Thailand, and as well Mr. CoexistenceSteven. Nothing makes a man empathize with another man more than a shared story. The corrupt deep state is garbage and their time is up. There is no more hiding anymore. All of it is coming to light way too easily. Yes, Stevie. As I say, friends, one of my most bullish undertones for crypto moving up is that they made too many people poor. There's too much poverty out there. They literally just they robbed so much purchasing power. It's really accelerating away from everyone, and everyone's remembering when they could afford their bills and afford a banana or a glass of orange juice, and now they've gone through the roof out here. So, okay, the economy is not going to go down 95%. Okay, sweet. That means crypto has to reprice higher. That's what we're waiting for this year. Also, friends, this happened today. So, Justin, remember, I have exotic top signals that I'm waiting for. One of them is... Look at this. U.S. Representative Chip Roy introduces a bill to ban Congress from trading stocks. And this is one of my exotic top signals because the U.S. Fed banned themselves from stocks in October of 2021. That was the final 3 months. It was pretty much all over after that point. Then they raised rates. And now the U.S. government, we're waiting for Congress to do it. Now, it's been introduced by like AOC, other people out here, but they haven't gone through with it. They've just been introducing it, talking about it. Maybe that's why we're just thinking about it. It's a part of the universe that might reveal itself to us. Maybe we get to the end of this year, October, November, December, right here. Okay, we get to this period of hopefully Bitcoin's like 300K, and Congress finally write themselves into banning themselves from owning stocks. It's kind of funny, right? Then they'll just accept crypto, which is funny enough. So they'll ban themselves from stocks, and then people will think, oh, we've gotten rid of corruption. There's not going to be insider trading anymore. And then we all know, man, to think better than that. But there's something to think about to make people once again feel euphoric. And I've got to stress to you again, so this is your conviction that helps you along the way, friends. Euphoria, it's not just words. It's actions. What do people do when they're euphoric? Of course, they buy altcoins. They buy the risky part of the bell curve, the belly of the curve. However, there are altcoin pockets going up, so it's hard to see. People see memes, they consider them like dangerous and risky. No, man, like all altcoins are still cheap. Look at this, we're still down. Altcoins are only 17% of Bitcoin size. In 2021, with 0% rates, 0% and infinite QE, we were 48%. Okay, if you want to check where we were in Dogecoin Mania, it was 40%. So maybe we head up to 40% next, come back down, and then we head on to this 50 or 60%. But this is the truth, man. This is where we head up before. But yes, actions speak louder than words. Have we seen widespread market euphoria in altcoins? Absolutely not. That's why I'm long and strong. So I've got to remind you as well, firstly, check out this Snorlax and this Pikachu just having fun here, friends. We'll play some nice Pokemon. Let's say Pikachu in the jungle music. So in 2017 and 2021, the year after the Bitcoin halving, like the big bull market years, January was a hiccup month like we have now. And it was a big buying opportunity. So most of us, we have already locked and loaded up. If you got your Jeet stack, of course, most of you have your Jeet stack already. If you don't have a Jeet stack by now, you have money coming in. It's probably the time to get in. And your Jeet stack is for you to take profit on some stuff if you just make quick money in the next 60 to 90 days in this sort of Altseason, whenever it appears. Just so like you can pay yourself and you don't have to like worry about the mid-year correction stuff if you need it, okay? We are patiently waiting for a white swan as well. Remember, white swan is what I'm calling for, which is the opposite of a black swan. I'm looking out for a white swan that makes me stop and pause and think, oh crap, is the 4-year cycle actually broken now? It must make me like blink and think about it for a minute or so. If I have to think about it and I've got to make like a, maybe at the end of the year, I make like a 30-minute video and I'm like, hey, the 4-year cycle ain't broken. This is a white swan. And maybe it's got to come to that. But if it gets me to do that, it must be powerful enough. Some sort of big news event. What could it be? I don't know. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve is already kind of priced in. People say it's a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Yeah, but the white swan is something you can't see. You can't see this type of stuff coming, really. You never know. It might be like China just going in. That's one of my guesses, right? Just total guesses. You don't know. China and America publicly go international war over accumulating Bitcoin. Where Donald Trump says, we have to beat China. We got to get more Bitcoin than them on our balance sheet. And they actually talk about it openly. Okay, that would be like a white swan. I'm like, oh crap, man. Are these guys going to change the rules and break everything out here? and to do this stuff, that's going to trick everyone to stay long. And then what actually, see friends, if this type of stuff happens, it'll be very hard to leave the party, isn't it? But I will be probably contrarian at that point and say, look, man, I reckon these bills and this government talk, I reckon the truth will come out towards the end of 2025 when they realize, you know what, we're going to pause a bit on that thing and stretch it out over 10 years instead of 1 year. You know what I mean? Like they change rules. But if you look too much into the weeds of the news, you'll miss out. That's the most important part. Also, Michael Saylor's average Bitcoin price is $63,000, friends. Do you think it's going to get above $100,000? Because it used to be $10,000. Now it's $63,000. GCR thinks he's going to have a bad ending because he has no off button. What do you think? Don't forget, freeze, Jeets. Get your hands off the sell button. Step inside the Pokeball. The only way for us to make it, friends, look, yes, it's 2025. Technically, you're meant to be clicking sell right now. 2% of your portfolio every week for the whole year. That's what worked 3 out of 3 times before. But I guess everyone's trying to time it. It's a momentum year. Nothing's really moved up. So it's not as clear cut as you'd think on a chart. Also, I want to shed more light on Richard Heart and the corrupt Interpol stuff, friends. So there's more information that's come out. Shout out to PulseChain Die, the actual username PulseChain Die. So there have been people from Finland have been leaving comments. Thank you to Baby Dolls in Finland over there on the Finnish government articles and stuff out here about Richard. So what I'm going to show you is, look at this. So basically, one of the comments, they said, the police also advise people to contact the media if the investigation does not progress. And also, people have commented that they said that Finland journalists have a reputation. They mostly write whatever the police tell them to write. So that is another clue that there's a lot of FUD out here. So shout out to Mr. Die and PulseChain Die. Nuclear Herbs, shout out to Mr. Nuclear Herbs, has been working hard for the community. Mr. Nuclear Herbs has been emailing like the Finland detective, and basically they found out there's a lot of information hasn't been released. So they're wondering, like, how does the report information, how's it coming out from these journalists and stuff where they don't even actually have everything out there? There's no official criminal report and stuff out here. So that's why it, not just confusing, but it makes you think that there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. This is the translation pages if you want to see it out here for the comment section. So it really does seem like just FUD, even though, man, like it kicks us in the nuts. Last but not least, friends, remember Soneium, the Sony Chain? Well, what's actually happened is actually poop. Sony Chain, they can pause the whole blockchain and they can delete your stuff. They can nuke your contracts, and they actually did. So they can freeze any asset at any time. All IP contracts have restrictions. They can do anything. So Sony are also picking and choosing which tokens are blocked. This is actually their page that they have here. Yeah, so actually what happened was $100,000 of altcoins, meme coins launched, and then they nuked all of them. They actually, and this is what they can do, friends. They can choose which tokens are viewable on the block explorer. They're actually choosing which tokens are blocked on the block explorer, which ones are viewable. So they can actually block you. You can't even, it's like Etherscan. It's like if Etherscan blocked you, and then they would filter out some tokens. So you can't even, you can't see them on a wallet or anything else out here. You can't see them on the chain, viewable on those sites. Now, obviously, if someone has it unfiltered, they'll be able to grab that information. But it's showing you just the key into the peephole of what future filtering and government censorship looks like. So this is obviously Sony. Now, obviously, why they're doing this, friends? Obviously, because Sony, they got IP rights and gaming and all this other stuff. They want to have total control. They don't, that's why they're doing the gaming. They're not decentralization maxis or anything. But that's why you're in crypto in the first place, man. So yeah, this is the post. Soneium rugged users 100K on launch day. I've never seen anything like it. Want to be a permission chain? Fine. Instead of whitelisting developers, they chose to instead freeze contracts. That's another interesting thing. So if you want to be permissioned, how about you? Like, people have to go through a authority, like an access point first, and then you get a tick, and then like you've got a special, I guess, access. You can actually make contracts and stuff. But that defeats the whole purpose of crypto, man. Remember, like, PulseChain is permissionless. Ethereum, Bitcoin, permissionless. Like, anybody in the world can do them. You see the magic out here? That's why, because once you start giving a hammer to a government, everything looks like a nail. As you got to see, friends, they even used Twitter against us. Jack Dorsey working with the corrupt Democrats and all these other, this is disgusting stuff that happened. All of it got revealed, and who knows, God knows what else happened. It got way worse. The pendulum will swing back that way, by the way, in the future. But for now, we have a grace period. Donald Pump comes in, confirming friendship out here. Remember, there's not even any point for a chain, man, if you're doing this decentralization, if you're doing this type of junk. So now you understand. I've shown you as well earlier in Juicy News. Look, don't forget that Coinfessions Rekt, man. This guy came from a country. He sold everything. He made millions. He bought apartments. He bought a sports car. He gave money to his relatives. He had a family. But then war broke out in his country. And he said he had to leave. He had to leave everything behind. Could buy a sports car. Could buy apartments. Now he worth zero. And then he had $500,000 of money left. So what did he start to do? He started margin trading. He started leverage trading. Now he's lost all of it. But he's in a new country now. So horrific. So I just want you to know the only way to avoid this, friends, is taking an actual long-term view. See, this person, he wasn't a long-term view thinker. Otherwise, he would have been in Bitcoin. They can't take your Bitcoin away from you. So when it comes to buying all these luxury items, I know some people, you want to get it over and done with. Like, oh, I want to buy this, and I want to buy this car and this Rolex watch. Okay, I just want to remind you, yeah, everybody who sells crypto lives long enough to regret it. They do. Most of the time. Okay, especially if you don't know which one to pick from. Okay, Bitcoin works until we can figure out the rest. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit more complicated than just like, holding any altcoin, but that's why you're in the game. Okay, crypto's growing, crypto's here to stay. Like, subscribe, belly button all. Catch you in the next one.